Afternoon to everyone. So we are Schrodinger, and this is our solution for the social stigma, social problem that we are facing. That's online education. So our solution is known as wave education. Okay. So this is our problem statement. Students are missing a lot of online classes because of network and bandwidth issues. And we believe classes should be accessible to everyone, not just for the entitled and not just the privileged. Right now, people are struggling to get good connectivity with their online classes. So these are some of the articles that we collected. So you can see that it's a really prominent problem, and only the entitled one, like they should, even if they can financially pay for a service, some high-speed internet connection is not available everywhere in India. So they have to stick to telecom, and sometimes 4G network is not that reliable, and sometimes 4G is not even accessible in some areas. So we are trying to make a solution where they can use a 2G network even to attend online classes seamlessly. So if we just take a step back and look, we usually use Zoom calls or like right now Google Meet to actually conduct online classes or online meetings, right? So this is what review.org actually figures that gave us. For just a good quality content, it's taking 870 MB. For high quality, it's taking 1.6 gigabyte. So if you take a family of 3 children, a typical family, it actually costs at least 2.4 gigabyte per hour just for 1 hour of classes. And this is not something that every family can afford. Like taking 4 hours of classes is too huge for them. So they can't go for a commercial 1.5 GB internet connection, 4 GB internet connection, because that won't suffice, right? So they have to go for higher plans, and that's expensive. And this is on top of the problem statement that education fees are high and they never reduce the education fee due to the ongoing pandemic and crisis. So they have to actually pay extra. Families actually getting an extra burden just to help the students. And we Indians believe education is the number one priority. Like you don't even have good clothes, nothing. Education is must. And hence they even take loans for actually going to schools. And it's not a bad thing, but sometimes that's driving the family into poverty. So this is our platform that we present as a solution. We have a platform in which you can actually schedule classes and students can actually view classes. So the bandwidth taken by video is drastically reduced. What we actually do is instead of a video, like online classes basically consists of 20 to 40 slides in an hour. So instead of streaming 8 slides, pixelated slides, we actually dynamically sync both the video, the screen of the teacher and the student, so that they can actually see what they're seeing and follow the class seamlessly without any hindrance. And for audio, we can actually use VoIP, or we have third-party services like freeconferencecall.com, where you can actually dial in. Like you might have used GoToMeetings or other services where you can actually use a mobile phone dial-in services to actually connect. So you don't need a active data plan. So we actually propose using something like that. So even a 2G network is more than enough to view. So what does our platform consumes? Including everything, and this the maximum what we could achieve. Like we are trying to use maximum data, and only we could achieve 50 MB per hour, and that too, high quality slides. Because if you take all the slides, 40 slides is just 4 MB, and we are actually wasting like 500 MB just to stream that slide. Where you could actually send a 4 MB slide over, but sending slides is not something that teachers prefer. That's why, because students and teachers should be in sync. Like when they are in sync, they resonate with each other, and there's a rapport that's formed, and they can actually convey their message to students better, and students can comprehend. Now, when I say 50 MB, that's like a 90% reduction, or you can say that commercial platforms take almost 10 times as what we do. Actually, more than 10. So we actually made a scenario in which a student has to call. So we actually tailor-made this plan for India. Right now, can see that most of the plans have unlimited calling and 1.5 gigabyte or 2 gigabyte per day as their standard recharge plan. So if they could actually call in, this unlimited calling services would actually be a big boon for them. Now coming to the revenue model, we can actually implement this as a social non-profit model and also revenue generating model. As a non-profit model, it should be crowd-funded and works solely on donation grants so that every student has access to great and free education. As one of our priority, we believe that education is not a privilege but a right to every student and everywhere. But as social work doesn't put food on the table, we have to also look at something that generates revenue. So we can actually charge our clients, the education institutes, for example, for licensing and using our platform. And we can actually give premium services like recording the classes, in which, as we right now, the slides are synced, like manually teachers has to change the slide. So we can actually capture the moments the teachers are using when they're changing. If we can actually capture it, so that when teachers are changing and record, we can also record the audio. So we can have a whole recorded classes in like costing like 60 MBs or less, actually less, like 30 MBs. So, if you ask what's the scope of our market, we have India has a third largest higher education system, and we have more than 760 universities in India, and 38,498 colleges. And on top of that, we have 1,39,539 schools, and this is in 2013, because that was the latest thing I could gather. So we have this much scope just to implement a model, and most of the people in India, like, you actually take the census, India is kind of behind when it comes to internet connectivity, like for everyone. Like privilege has a lot, but others don't. So what we have advantage of other platforms are like we use much resource than others because we are not streaming.
Arishwan, can I just interrupt you for a second? The 6 minutes
sure.
So could you please speed up the rest of the
Yeah, that's my thank you slide. Like,
okay, thank you.
So just saying that we are easily scalable and deployable compared to others. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. What, Srikumar this side. So, are you trying to say that you are limiting the online education to just slides and not going with online video so that you reduce the bandwidth? So, how are you actually reducing the bandwidth? So,
yeah, that's a great question. So, live sessions are right now not as important as seeing the content, like audio and the visual quality, like the slides. We can actually use online this thing, like using WebRTC. We can actually incorporate video calling, but we don't want data, like we don't want extra stream of data to come into students. So right now our target market is students who can't afford, and students who are in remote places who can't afford good internet service.
Okay. So you are targeting only that person so that they at least get this kind of an education. I mean, a platform.
Yeah, so that even 2G network is good enough for them.
Right.
So for others, we can give an optional like enable video and disable video options, like if they want to. But for others who can't, like seeing the slides for me is most important, because as a personal experience, I see blurred images. When we have low bandwidth, the slides are blurred, so we can't comprehend. Listening to the class and comprehending is way different. We had to listen to what teachers say, see what's on the slide, understand, comprehend, write notes. So giving a blurred images.
Are you just saying that we don't have any whiteboarding application with the existing platform?
We have a lot of whiteboarding applications, but that's what they are, whiteboard applications. So they're an add-on to streaming services.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
I have a quick question on the business model. So I really like how you're trying to connect to the last mile. That is very, very impressive. But this is more of a general question. Please correct me if I'm wrong. So currently, the smartphone barrier of entry is kind of getting low in India, so smartphones are becoming very cheap. Like you can get a smartphone for 4,000 rupees. Also, Geo and other 4G providers, they are also pretty cheap. So I went through the articles that you shared, and I agree that there's a part of rural India which needs this thing. But even if you look at those people, like there are lots of other things. So if you look at Kerala has the Victor's channel where classes are being broadcasted. But so how do you actually try to bridge this gap? So I'll try to explain the question again. So as I see it, the problem that you're trying to solve, that is already kind of solved, because our internet connectivity is kind of getting better every day. I mean, we have networks like Geo which provide very fast internet, and we have a low barrier of entry for smartphones. So who is your real customer actually? That's my question.
My customers are like lower middle class and people in the remote region. Like when I visit Thrissur, like I had an idea 4G SIM, and even with the 4G, I can't even hear properly. It was like completely stuttering and lagging. So people in India, even though our net connectivity is getting better, they are not actually getting the full use of it, because softwares are good, of course, but not everyone is getting access to it. And one size doesn't fit all. So we are trying to make the largest size so that everyone can actually use it. So like if you have something like a government school or school, like KUSAT, like this is actually made for KUSAT. Like for our problems, I took a friend of mine who's in Andhra Pradesh, who's a student of KUSAT and my colleague. So for him, he has to actually go outside his house to a hilltop just to get internet connectivity, so that he can actually attend online classes. So for him, seeing the sir is not important. Seeing, understanding, and comprehending is what's important for him. So we are, as you said, the barrier is getting low. So we are trying to keep the barrier as low as possible, starting today, right now, not in the future. So that anyone can use our platform right now and experience high quality classes. Like I have a live demo. If you're interested, I actually shared my hosting, the form. It's actually working pretty well. I actually also planned for a Flutter app, but the app actually kind of came to 25 megabytes. So it actually destroyed the purpose of making the barrier low. So it's kind of web app that we have right now.
Perfect. So your problem statement is well and clear. What problem you are trying to address, and that's. But can you quickly tell me what is exactly the innovation in terms of technology, or how you want to kind of question your innovation as?
Okay, well, what we have done is like we have used sockets. So chat apps and instant messages. WhatsApp takes such a low bandwidth. Like everyone can use WhatsApp right now.
Yeah.
So what happens is we have like a sockets protocol, something similar to that, so that we have such a small, like we are sending like bytes, like symbol bytes to actually change the slides. So we actually integrated a socket protocol, and like when teachers change the slide, not the student. The teacher actually sends a slide number or something related to slide number that could uniquely identify a slide. So it changes to the correct slide correspond to the teacher instantaneously. No need of loading and other things. So like every time a teacher actually changes slide in Google Meet, if you have low bandwidth, there's some slow loading time, like because of the algorithm, compression algorithm, like So that's why I'm trying to like completely. We don't need a compression algorithm. That's why our system is highly scalable. We don't even need a high processor to compress and encode the video every time we are sending and streaming it. You could just simply send the slides.
And what is unique in your algorithm? I mean, WhatsApp is one. For example, I'm sure you might have heard of Discord.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Like you don't even have need to have net, right? I mean, it's technically without literally net connection, you can hear other people's voice. Like,
yeah, but Discord actually, when I tried streaming in Discord, it actually took more than Google Meet. At least when I tried, like when you go to high quality streaming services.
So you benchmarking your product with Discord level of?
No, I'm benchmark. I said like we are taking 50 MB for an hour of class, and our competitors are taking like 800 MB to 1.6 gigabyte for 1 hour of class, and that's like 95% reduction in the total net reuse bandwidth. So right now in our live demo, I can actually use a 2G network. to actually seamlessly like take a class. And you can't do that in Discord. You can never get a video on 2G network. Like
You don't-
even yeah.
But do we really need a video is the question. So you're also not having a video, right? You are just having a voice plus a slide.
Yeah, like the slide is what teachers write. Like pre-made slides are what teachers made. So in the classroom, that we can actually argue we don't need a whiteboard or a board. We can just take a class. But we need the best of both worlds. That's why we need slides so that people can actually understand like what is inside, like diagrams. That's our main point. Visually, people learn better. So we need that diagrams. So teachers can show the diagram, mark everything, and use it. So that's why we thought images are important as voice. Because most of the times, once you get into higher education, without slides you can't do, especially biology. Like bio and everything, without slides you can't explain how mitochondria became the power of the cell, right? You got to work, draw that on the board.
Perfect. I think I'm good. Srikumar sir and Hari, if you have anything more to ask, please.
I think I'm good. So probably we have limitation time also. So
The time is also.
very nice job. Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks much. I appreciate it.
Right.
Everybody is there. I'll just brief the team. You have 6 minutes for the presentation, and then there will be 4 minutes of questioning afterwards. After 6 minutes, there will be a buzzer, and then that's your cue to speed up or stop, wind up with the presentation. Okay, over to you guys.
Yeah, okay. So we'll start the presentation right now. It's fine. Give me 1 second. Wait, did it crash?
Because your voice is feeble, we can't hear you.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now it's good.
Is it okay? There's. Yeah. Okay. Okay. There was something wrong with my mic, so that's why there was an issue. Yeah. Okay. I'm presenting. Can you guys see? Is it visible right now? Okay. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So hello. My name is Arun. I am representing Team Echo right now. And our idea is EducoSat. So what is EducoSat? EducoSat is basically a platform that we hope will solve the problems that are currently being faced by our university and several others in the field of online education. So the statement that we were trying to focus on is that during the pandemic, all academic activities have been shifted online from the offline model. It's a necessary evil, and it has its own sets of problems. The solution that we're proposing aims to solve all of this. So one of the main problem is that not everybody has access to stable internet connections. Like for example, in our class itself, we have a lot of students from areas like Kashmir and Ladakh, and they only have like 2G connections. So online classes that that are being conducted right now on Google Meets and all, those are not really possible for them to get onto. So that's like a very big issue that they're facing, and we want to help that. Another thing, the current solutions are not audible for institutions because, for example, like right now, Google Meets is free, but as March, we get to March, it's not going to be free. Zoom Educator licenses cost around, for 150 license, it's around, I think, 50,000 per month or something. So that's again very expensive by itself. And if you add cloud recording and recording of video, that's another 50,000 per month for 3 TB. That's it. So our solution is designed to make this whole process much more affordable. So the features that we are present will be free P2P video chat. So we'll have a P2P video chat, which basically like a Google Meet conference, but it will be P2P instead of talking to a server. So for us, there will be basic minimal server cost. This to take it for free to everyone, and it's scalable to like around eight to 10 people, and it works perfectly fine in that case. That can be used especially by the first year students who are just gonna join in, who know no one in the classroom that they're being taught in, so they can help they use this for socializing other things. Another thing that we're providing is lectures restreaming. So right now the thing is we need video to be taught by while being taught by the teacher, right? For example, if PPT or maybe webcam recording that they're streaming right now. So we need that video with the audio itself. So for the video part, what we're doing right now is we'll have the stream to our server, then and our server will encode that into different qualities, and then stream back to the students, and then can choose which quality level they want to see the stream in according to the data that they have and the data usage that they want it to provide go through. That classroom will also have a room-based chat where the participants can just chat with each other. There's also a PPT sync feature, which basically, like for example, if a teacher wants to teach a PPT, she can just upload that PPT and it will be downloaded to all the students' local devices. And then as she goes through the PPT, the PPT will also be gone through students in sync with the teacher. So that's the applications. The same platform can use for conducting seminars, webinars, and different conferences. And yeah, like I said, the video chat is like a very a great feature that we're very excited about because it allows you to socialize with friends, and it also has a minimum server cost. The lecture streaming also can have more than 200 participants. It's very scalable, and there's no restriction like Google Meets right now. So that will be also very good. And then we had I had a demo video for this for the restreaming. This is basically, yeah, this shows as you can see, like this is like the original quality video that is being streamed, and then like you can change it. Like there's a yeah, you can just change the quality, so you can just lower it a bit if you want. So yeah, that whole thing is there. So the that's how we set up that whole thing. After this, yeah, yeah, that's it for presentation. We can show you a demo right now if you want. We already have a demo video. If you want to see that, we can do that, or we can go for the live demo. Whatever you want.
Demo may not be required for me. I don't know. I think. Yeah. So one question from my side.
Yeah, okay, that's okay.
Yeah, basically, if you talk about education system or probably that infrastructure, we'll be having at least 100 plus students, or probably 1,000, 2,000 plus students. So that is the basic problem we're facing in P2P, right? So that is why we are moving to a cloud-based system, or probably a bandwidth reduction or such kind of thing. So why do you think in a reverse manner? So where do you think we can apply this technology?
Yeah.
Million
Okay,
schools,
yeah, the
it is
P2P,
very
yeah, the P2P. Yeah, we're just using the P2P video conferencing as like an external feature that is not supposed to be when the teaching does not happen in the P2P part. That's just for students who want to socialize with each other, and they can like have a conference with without any cost to them. So like that's like a free tool that we're providing to the students to interact with each other, to socialize with each other. That's like one of the most important parts in a college life, right? So that's what that thing is all about, the P2P thing. for the teaching part, like exactly like you said, there are like so many students. So even like right now, like for example, if your batch has 200 students, you can't do it on Google Meets because there's a limit. So instead of that, that's where the lecture restreaming part comes in, where the lecturer can just stream his screen, and it will be shown to all of the 200 students, and they can just use that with minimum amount of data being used. And the business model, I think I might have skipped it. It will be B2B, and we'll be selling the platform as a service.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a quick question. So, how do you envision the future of this platform? Like, so you already have some B2B demo set up. Like, how do you plan to scale it up?
Scale up the whole platform as whole platform. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah. So
Like the
you said
platform as a
that you
whole.
have plans to offer it as a SaaS service. So, like right now you're sort of experimenting with it. So when you sell it as a SaaS service, how would it be? Like, how would the final product be? What are your future plans?
Okay.
That was my question. Really.
Yeah, the whole
It's like,
the whole application, it will consist of all the features that we've already talked about, and it will have more features like the assignments, assignments, tests, all of that thing, an automatic attendance system. There's a lot of features that we can implement here, which are also some of them are also implemented in Google Meets itself. We can have that and plus more features here as well. So that's what our plan is. And
So,
especially for COSAT, this is like a very important issue. So this is something that we wanted to create.
so very quick follow up on that. So your USP is that your platform is able to reach the last mile in terms of video speed. So that is really your USP.
Yeah.
Did I get that
Yes.
right? Cool. Thanks.
Yeah. And yeah, the B2B thing. But yeah.
So, in one line, what exactly is the problem you would be addressing, and how you quantify the impact of solving that problem?
Okay. So in one line, I'd say the problem that we're trying to fix is the lack of internet connectivity, which a lot of students have, especially when trying to get online to study. And the impact that we're trying to make this our software can actually allow students from people from states such as Jammu and Kashmir, where there's only 2G internet, to actually be part of the class and to actually talk and interact with the teachers and interact with the other students and their in the line.
അല്ല അത് സെയിം അല്ലേ എന്താണ് ബെനിഫിറ്റ്
Yeah, is there anything
Is there anything else you want to ask, Hari or Srinivas?
I'm good. I'm good.
I think I'm done. Yeah.
Same. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
ഇത് മനസ്സിലായില്ല
minute now. Actually, he was supposed to share his screen, so we could wait a few minutes. He was supposed to share his
I'm sure you can start with the presentation, let him join later. You can just start with the idea what you guys are doing and how you're planning. You can just start with the idea what you guys are doing and how you're planning.
Okay, so basically we were doing what we are doing is an interactive online platform for studying. So basically we are doing what we are doing an interactive online platform for studying. So I think I need to join.
Hello.
You can start off with your presentation, and
Okay.
you can start off with your presentation.
Okay, I think the presentation is visible.
Yes, please proceed.
Okay, welcome all. We are the team from Crack Hack. We present one project on Edutron. We focus on transforming education in a better way. So our problem statement comes to be, in the present scenario, many online classes are taking the video sessions in engineering and in other technical fields. But we face some great gap between understanding the huge machineries and tools like that are only available in labs. With just video classes explaining the concepts behind the 3D and the labeling the 3D things, it makes very difficult for the teacher to explain and the student to understand. So that in engineering field, there are a lot of larger machineries that are supposed to be seen in real and interact to learn them efficiently. So we come up with a web platform solving this efficiently, providing video stream alongside of an real-time 3D model of what the teacher is explaining, and the teacher can in real time point out the specific parts in the 3D part that will get updated in every student's. The existing technologies we have is only the video streams. There is no 3D model streaming service, or there is no 3D streaming alongside of the real video. So the understanding 3D machineries is very difficult in the present scenario. So our solution is to create. We have created a web platform that teachers can interact with the students through the video. Also, with a real-time interactive 3D model of the portion they're taking. We have implemented a live 3D model interaction that will be available alongside of the video in real time, sync with the teacher. So in the present scenario, there are many applications for this in engineering and as well as in technical field in general. The students can interact with the video classes and the 3D models in real time.
I need to.
Understanding
You
in
have
better
less
way.
than a minute remaining. I guess you can move on to the demo video.
Okay, we have implemented this with a working prototype with the above mentioned features. Now I will show the demo. This is our virtual application. We can log in and enter a code, and we can video stream. I have Abhishek on the line. Then Abhishek is connected. We both are visible, and also when we will highlighting the hydraulic pump here, it will be automatically updated in the real time in the 3D model. It will be updation not only in my screen, but it will be updated in real time with every student. Also, we have an explore doubt with voice, which Abhishek can share the screen and show the features of that.
Hello. Okay, now let's move on to.
Hello. I think you're done, right?
There is
now. There is a demo with the voice interaction too.
Oh, voice interaction. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. This is a voice recognition bot feature where students can ask any doubt about the model which they learned just before. Here, when we ask about a particular part of that model, they will get the result according to the question. Okay, so let me ask a question right now. What are the functions of rope drum? What are the functions of rope drum? The question gets updated on real-time basis. The model gets also the particular portion gets updated and the answer comes here.
Rope drum is a threaded drum used for spooling of rope.
Similarly, we can ask about any questions. So if we ask about what is a hydraulic pump? What is a hydraulic pump?
I think it's
Abhishek,
okay.
yeah.
Understood. I think it's pretty clear.
Done or that converts mechanical power into hydraulic energy.
Sorry. Hello.
Yeah, I think you are done with the demo, right?
Yes.
Yes. So can I ask a few questions? Use the 3D platform. So are you trying to create 3D models in your platform, or you can import existing 3D images from CATIA or kind of 3D to your platform? What does the teacher have?
Yes, the teacher can import the existing 3D model, and the teacher can share that in real time along with the video stream.
Fine. So, what are the libraries supported? Are you trying to support kind of standard off-the-shelf 3D makers like CATIA, SolidWorks, or something like that?
Yeah, at present, we support GLB model. It is a generic model that can every major software can be exported in that format. Here we don't use any 3D rendering engine, so that it is very efficient in rendering 3D. There is no WebGL or something running.
Okay, so what is your business model? Are you expecting a platform user to create kind of like teachers to create the 3D model and content, or are you trying to provide the whole solution?
We are planning to implement a subscription model to which and college colleges and technical institutions can subscribe to, so that they can make their classes more interactive.
So for that subscription, you are only providing a platform, or are you providing all the education content? So what about the content? We are yet to clear on the content.
Okay, the 3D models.
Content and probably your
if
Q&A. For example, hydraulic motor, it requires a lot of data to be fed into your platform, right? So it has to search
Yes.
for an hydraulic motor, and it's not using any web service, right? Not a Google standard search or a Wikipedia service.
So we think about that. Then we plan two channel for the subscription, in which the one will be a full standalone version, so that the college can update their own data, and we will not be providing any help in that. Then the other model can be, we will make the 3D model and the data along with that.
Okay. I think I'm done. So yeah, please, Hari.
So, is there any other platform which does similar stuff? Like, or have you come across any similar platform like this?
No, actually, we researched on that, but there is no specific solution for this. At present, there is the mouse interaction can be shared. Like designing tools are there for creating presentations in real time, but there is no service that providing a video and an interactive 3D model in sync with the video and the teacher.
So I have a very quick question. First of all, kudos. I think you've done a great job with I really like how the 3D modeling works, and I really like how the AI engine works. So the demo looked really great. So my question is, as you go forward, would you be how easy, like how do you plan? So I think when you were answering the question, you mentioned two parts of your business model. One is like you're providing a full-fledged solution. So then like you'll be scaling this specifically. You're going to create all the content for everybody, and the other model is you're going to help. I mean, other folks, they'll be able to add models. So like, are you like, what are your plans? Are you going to be sticking this with just mechanical engineering and civil engineering and things like that? Or are you going to scale this up? Because like I see a lot of potential here. What are your plans really for the future? Like, or to summarize,
Yes.
what do you have in mind for the next 3 years? Go on.
As we are engineering students, we are primarily focused on the engineering machineries and tools. But in general, it can be used for visualizing human bodies also in the medical field too. So that in the present scenario, it will be more efficient.
Right. So you're saying, just to make sure that I understood this probably, you're saying that this can be used in any scenario where there's a sort of like a 3D model. So if you have that file, if you're able to create the file, this can be done. Is that right?
Yes.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah, just to add, I think you can even think of like AR, VR models. So basically, I think the technology is moving towards that, and probably after 1 year or 2 year, maybe everyone will have an AR. I mean, at least his mobile phone, which can have this platform implemented. So you can use probably VR so that you have more interaction with the model. So that is one feature I feel missing, because if you say that it's a standard 3D model, but probably if we can really interact with the models, I think it will be much more helpful for a student.
Yeah, so in future it can be implemented.
Right. That is just a suggestion. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
All the best. It was good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Maybe you can start with the presentation.
It's not the strongest species that survives, nor the most intelligent, but the one which is most responsive to change. A very good afternoon, everyone. So today, we, the team Linklist, will be presenting to you our project, VESPAS, which is a diagnosis tool and a voice assistant. So before we come into the features of our application, we would like to tell you why we think this application is necessary and what led us to this application. Now, in today's world, it's very important to stay physically and mentally fit. But even though it seems easy, it is pretty difficult to do. And especially due to a situation that has arisen, that is the corona pandemic. We are sort of being isolated inside the four walls of our house. That has increased the chances of mental and physical health problems. So through this app, we try to create a simple diagnosis of a person by measuring their heartbeat, the eye blink time, the speech rate, and emotion, and also use a voice assistant to communicate with them to relieve their stress and to give tips and guidance to the person using it. Now, moving on to how the app works. Now we measure the eye blinking rate. So you might ask, what is the importance of the eye blinking rate? So when the eye blinking rate reduces, it shows signs of drowsiness and sluggishness, etc. And it increases, it shows signs of fear and stress. It also helps to analyze cognitive performance. Likewise, the speech rate. Speech rate is not one of the features that we prioritize the most because it may be different for different people. But still, it does play a role in giving the person tips to improve their health condition. And the emotion detection, and using the algorithm, we continuously track the emotion of the person, and the most common emotion that comes will be recorded and taken as the emotion of the user. Along with this, one of the most important features is the heartbeat rate. Now, the system monitors a user's heartbeat rate by using a webcam. So when a person is tensed, the blood rushes into their head, and due to which the color of their face changes, and that creates pulsations on our face, which can be recorded as the heartbeat of a person. Now, all these features together will help us give a diagnosis on what a person is going through or what condition they have. Now, the technology that we've used in the application is OpenCV for the heartbeat detection and the eye blinking detection, TensorFlow for the emotion detection, and the Django REST framework is used to connect the data from the server to the voice assistant, and the speech recognition, of course, is used for the speech, measuring the speech rate. Now, let's move on to the additional information. So since we've said about what all our app can do, now why this app is created, what it does as a whole is it gives a hassle-free health checkup along with stress management and counseling. Now, because there might be people who might not be able to speak to other people because in the fear of being judged, but still when they are talking to an app, they might feel more at ease because obviously it's a bot and they won't have feelings and they won't judge you. The merits and demerits of our app would be, the first one would be diagnosis from home, which definitely results in social distancing. It leads to faster checkup, that is, we don't have to really wait in a line to attend the doctor. And it's a health tip, security of information, and it's a modular approach along with the other merits. Now, we do admit that our app has a few demerits, that it is not applicable for special people like those with autism or some psychological disorders, stammers, etc. That, and the results may vary according to the mentality of the person. And the worst demerit of our app would be that we won't be able to make a person follow the advices that we have given them. whatever advice we give them, to follow them is their choice. And you might ask us the question that will the heartbeat rate and the eye blink rate be a measure to sense a person's sickness or their whatever condition they're going through? But there have been research papers that have proved that such symptoms can actually tell us more about a certain disease or certain sickness or what a person is going through. And we've also given the future possibilities that our app can have, that is a thermal camera for detecting the temperature variation in the body, a machine learning model, and integrating the voice assistant with the natural language processing, etc. Now, what comes the next is the cost of the product. Now, cost of the product would be what we expect is $95, which includes the Raspberry Pi, that is $65. So if you remove that, it's just $30, and $30 is used for the integration of our app with machine learning and for future any more advanced technologies and etc. Now, the impact that our app has is that in case of environment, it uses less natural resources and it's user friendly. By less natural resources, we mean that it's a software, so it does not really require a lot of hardware equipment or anything else. And at the same time, in case of social impact, it also improves social distancing. It's cost effective. It ensures data security and it's ethically compliant. So to end with, we would like to say that when the heart and the mind is at ease, the body is healthy. Thank you.
Okay, so there are two challenges here. How are you measuring all this? I am not seeing you. You just mentioned about the app, but technically there are two critical things in this whole system. One is the senses that is used to measure all this. So you have lot of, I think, plethora of items like smart bands or similar devices which can do that. But I'm not sure of the eye blinking, which is kind of complex because you need some kind of a glass or a video mechanism to measure that automatically. And if you are going to have the operator feed in that data, it's not going to work. And second is the algorithm. So basically, you said right that most of your parameters that you have selected may have an impact on the stress or probably will lead to an indication that he's having a kind of sleepiness or any kind of phenomenon, human behavior. But unfortunately, the challenge is to develop an algorithm to tune, and it also depends on a lot of other emotional background. So these are all challenges that we face. So first question is, how are you going to sense this? How are you how are you planning to make it as a product and put that in the market? And second is the algorithm development. So I don't know how you consider the challenges in developing an algorithm for each and every parameters that you told us. For example, heartbeat. Heartbeat can be increased for multiple reasons.
As part of using the sensors, we are not using hardware things. We are just using the webcam we have, and we are employing OpenCV to sense the whole thing. So, for example, in the phase for recognizing the heartbeat, we are not using the heart band, like the wristband. We are using a color magnetization algorithm. When we get stressed, the blood flows through our face and the color changes, and the camera will capture the color and will do the optimization, and will take a minute to take the medium heartbeat, like the mean heartbeat we have. And that's a mechanism we employ. And in terms of eye blinking, also we employ Haar cascade thing, which is used along with OpenCV to identify how much time it blink.
Okay, got it. So are you expecting the user to stare at a camera, or how is it?
It's kind of checking phenomenon. Like, we are primarily, we have voice assistants made for that. The software we have isn't plugged into it. The software will be used for assessing the person, and the person will have to spend 3 minutes for assessment. And in this kind of society where changes really dominate the place, and COVID-19, such changes happen, self-assessment on health and fitness is really what is need of the time. So spending some time with similarly like spending with the wristband and things, spending some time with this software and spending time with the
So
chat.
I think your app will prompt the user to have a kind of like a alert mechanism which can prompt the user to stare at the camera for a time, maybe 3 minutes, and you will measure all the data.
Yeah, but currently the app, currently as a first implementation, we have not providing kind of prompt and thing. In the future, we'll provide that, and the user have to spend like a maximum of 3 minutes with the software, and rest he could chat with the voice application, which is implemented in the voice flow. We have a demo for that. We have implemented it, and on interacting with the voice assistant will give the user the suggestions
What
like
about the algorithm? So what about the algorithm? So as you rightly mentioned, probably the heart rate or probably the blinking of the eye can be related to a human health issue, or probably something else like an excitement which on his part. So how do you develop an algorithm? So do you understand the challenges in that?
We are measuring the heart rate, we are measuring the eye blink rate, we are measuring the speech rate, and we are measuring the emotion. Like we are analyzing what is the current emotion that a person has. We are measuring 4 things. So like within the 4, the voice assistant can clearly make a conclusion that he's kind of happy, but he is speechless. So we can clearly understand because he's like speaking less words because he's much happy, and he's in the case he is so sad, and his face looks so dull, his eye rate is completely staring, then we can understand that emotion. And like we can with all these features, even we can train a machine learning model which could like correctly make a conclusion with a lot of data we have. That's kind of future implementation. When we have a lot of data, we can really make a straight line through that and finally make a conclusion.
Okay.
We also collect age, height, and the BMI and things, age, BMI and things. So with all of these details, we can clearly make a conclusion.
Okay, I think I'm done. Yeah.
I have a couple of questions. First of all, it's a very fascinating idea. I'm pretty much intrigued by it, and I have a lot of questions. I'll just try to ask a couple of them that I have. So the first one is, what I still didn't get. Pardon me if you've answered this in your presentation, but what all have you been able to implement so far? Can you just share what all of these things that you've spoken of that you've been able to implement so far?
We have implemented measuring the heart rate. We have implemented measuring the eye blink rate. We have implemented the speech recognition. But in the case of speech recognition, a user have to upload a video because we're not since we had only 2 days, we didn't make a mechanism to record the video. And the next thing we implemented, we used the TensorFlow to recognize the emotion we have, and we used the backend framework, Django REST framework, which integrates this development made by the app with the voice assistant, which is made by VoiceFlow.
Right.
And this VoiceFlow assistant, when we chat with this VoiceFlow assistant,
right,
the data which is synced will be like the voice assistants. If we can choose, we can discuss about the heartbeat. So when we choose the heartbeat, the voice system will in the current stage, it's taking an if statement. It will consider that if the heartbeat is between 60 and 100, it will say that kudos, it's going really well. And if it's above 100, it will ask that did you measure after a rigorous activity? If it's after rigorous activity, the voice system will tell him that okay, it will be because of some rigorous activities. You can take 2 cups of coffee. And we primarily things of managing the stress, keeping the fitness of a person, and this kind of a situation, being alone, working from home, of a lot of stress, we think a voice assistant talking to it can really solve the problem. So all of these things we have implemented.
Right. Thank you for clarifying. Now, I just want to make a couple of comments, and there's a question there as well. So, please correct me if I'm wrong. This is to the other judges as well. I don't think something like managing stress can be done with the AI sort of implementation that you have. It's going to need a lot of research. I'll explain why. So there have been instances where there are bots and machine learning things, and when it comes to mental health, things are a little more complicated than that. Right. So you mentioned instances where when a person's heartbeat is in a particular rate, you suggest them to drink coffee. What if the person is allergic to caffeine? So my point is, there are a lot of variables here. And you need to do a lot of research to sort of tweak it. But my recommendation to you is like if you plan to implement it at some point, you need some sort of human intervention when it comes to dealing with mental health, because that is going to need a professional at some point. If you do an AI system there, that's bound to cause problem. I mean, this is sort of like a science fiction sort of thing, but I just want to make that suggestion. Now, my question: you mentioned about the part where the data of the person is secure. So we are dealing with very sensitive things. We are dealing with people's emotions and things like that. What are you planning to do, or what do you intend to do to keep this data secure? I mean, that is the prime thing. And the reason why I'm asking this question is, since this is an AI based model, you're going to use a lot of data. You're going to use a lot of data to build things. And we know that companies like Facebook have bungled with data. So you're dealing with very sensitive things. So what is your plan with data security? That's my last question, by the way. Go on.
Yeah, like keeping the data is obviously an important thing. So like in this era, the ethical hacking and fields were so like improvised. So there is a mechanism like of PGP, pretty good privacy, and where we use two type of keys, private key and public key. So currently we haven't implemented it. So it could be unique for every email. There is a pair of private and public key for every unique email address. So we can implement private key and public key, which hashes like which encode the whole thing and store in the database, and will take the whole thing out. And since we are dealing with really like a conscious data, serious data, we will make sure it is really handled. And thank you, sir, for notifying us this thing. And regarding the it's really a fact regarding things like machine learning and Facebook, like a big companies, we should really be focused on privacy part too. We have a demo
Thank you.
video. Since the time didn't, we are not showing it. We have sent the demo video to the.
I have a lot more questions, but I'll just stop for now. Tanaj, over to you.
I mean, I don't have anything much to add to what Hari already mentioned. So amazing idea, but really ambitious, but very complex. I mean, it's really complex to kind of judge the behavior and to kind of track and all. So, I mean, nothing to add on to what Srigaman also mentioned you about how the algorithm and how you want to do this, how you're picking the emotions and all those things. And yeah, one simple thing I would say is like, don't use the word premium technology. Premium is not is something to do with cost, right? So use cutting edge or something like that. Don't use that word. Premium has a negative meaning. Just off the line. Yeah.
Okay, sure, sir.
So I just
Sir,
wanted
do
to
we
share
have time?
one last, very last comment, which is on your product. So if you like, this is something that I said again, but I want to emphasize it. So since you're working with mental health, when you come to measuring things like stress and things like that, please don't use an AI at that point. Like maybe you can share like what their emotion is and maybe give some suggestions. But if you're pushing into production, I would recommend adding some sort of human intervention, like a connectivity with a psychiatrist or something like that. Because like if you use AI at that stage, it's going to fail. It's going to be like Jurassic Park. So that's just my suggestion. I could be wrong. I'm not an expert, but just a suggestion. That's all. But anyway, great work. Amazing idea. And great work.
Thank you, sir. Surely we'll consider your comment. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
presentation. We've already notified you of this, but then the time constraint is you have 6 minutes for the demo video and the presentation combined. There will be a bell at the end of 6 minutes. Keep that is your cue to wind up your presentation. Okay, over to you. Fazla, are you speaking? I think your audio is muted.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, now it's
so our product is Workshop, which is a 3D environment to teach practical subjects like mechanical engineering and civil engineering. So due to COVID, classes have been forced online, and for theoretical subjects for theoretical subjects it's okay. Google Meet is enough. But like I said, for practical subjects, it's not possible to. It's not a great experience just using Google Meet. We provide an in-browser 3D experience with VR support. You can join using your phone as well. So basically, we are trying to replicate the feel you get when you're actually in that lab. So I'll show you a demo. So I've logged in, and right now we have four experiments. So I'll show you one. Okay. So we have the tools required like this in a web page without the in the web page itself. All the tools, and so I'm now entering the lab, which is hosted on Mozilla Hubs. So as you can see, this is the environment. So we'll have animated models, and in the future we are planning on adding interactivity, but for now it's just animated. Like the teacher can explain as if they're in a the real workshop. See, my teammate is here, and you have video calling. Let me just check. Okay, I'm pausing the video of the Google Meet to show you this. Okay, so you have video support as well, and audio, directional audio. If it's like in real life. You can make this bigger or delete, and annotation support as well. So it's like a laser pointer. You can point to the parts. Okay, and after this, there's also the for now there's also the MCQ. So yeah, if you I will quickly do this. Like this. So there's progress tracking. So that's basically it. Hello. That's it. That's the presentation.
Sriman sir, would you want to go ahead first with the questions?
Hello.
I actually have a couple of questions.
Okay.
So from what I can find, like you've really used Mozilla Hubs. Mozilla Hubs is a great tool for VR environments. It's amazing. A lot of people are really picking it up. So my question is, like, I can see that you've used other things like Firebase, IBM Watson, Figma, etc. So that's good. So Mozilla Hubs, like the thing about Mozilla Hubs is like anybody can really create a virtual environment and can do it. So like in theory, if there's a team that has access to Mozilla Hubs, like has their own server built in Mozilla Hubs, or are using Mozilla Hubs, anybody can really do this. So what is your USP? Like what have you really done to customize things? And I also thought you have questions. So my question is, what
Okay.
is your unique contribution in this project apart from using Mozilla Hubs as a platform?
Okay, so we use Mozilla Hubs because it's really quick to set up an environment.
Yeah.
Like in the future, for adding interactivity, you'll need to use you use something like Unity. So that's like a video game. And so Mozilla Hubs, what we're bringing is the content. So our business plan is like having a curated set of experiences, and also we'll have the tools and other things. For now, it's limited to we're planning on focusing first on like technical colleges, later expanding to medical and maybe even schools. So that's what we're bringing to the table, the curated content. Okay.
One very quick follow-up question on that. So I'm not sure if you know, but Mozilla Hubs is definitely one of the best, most accessible tools out there, and that's good. But there are I don't know if you watched the other sessions, but one of the major problems that we face in India is that there are connectivity issues. So a tool like this is going to be very resource heavy. I mean, Mozilla Hubs is one of the best among. I mean, I've done quite a bit of research on these tools, and what I found is Mozilla Hubs is definitely one of the best of them all. But even Mozilla Hubs doesn't really work on mobile. So when you implement something like this for a college or an education institutions, it's going to be not accessible for a lot of people. Like I would say, a good percentage of folks. How do you plan on fixing that?
Okay. That's not something we're focused on right now. So we focusing on making a great experience first.
Right.
Then we'll try to like make the experience more accessible.
Right.
Because 3D itself is really hard to do. So, and also like we're betting on the future. We
Got it.
we are thinking like 4G and I mean optical fiber being democratized like this, and also in a few years I think lots of colleges will have access to headsets like the Oculus Quest and like Geo Glass. I think it might become successful. So yeah, so for experiences like that, this like VR experiences, we can try to replicate the real life.
Got it. Awesome. Thank you.
So, Fazil, if I understand right, your contribution is more on the content part, not mostly on the content development aspect of it.
Yeah, content for now. So, like I said, we're planning on like using a game engine like Unity for adding interactivity and for interactivity and like managing the experience. For now, we're using Mozilla Hubs.
No questions from my side.
Okay.
One more question. What is your business model going to be like?
So like subscription based, we'll have like I said, we'll start with technical colleges, offer a subscription. We'll have the content and we'll have curated experiences, and we'll have content as well if they need to customize the experience. So yeah. And like I said, when like virtual reality headsets take off, we'll be ready.
Okay, good. Thank you.
If I'm head of the institution, what will be your one-line pitch to me about your product?
I'm sorry. What?
If I'm the head of the institution, what will be your one-line pitch about the product you are saying, so that I can?
Okay. It's we're trying to replicate reality using headsets, and we'll also like okay, it's a cost saving measure as well. If you're like you don't have to invest in machinery like that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so actually, the team name is Memer. Actually, we have our app's name is QSAT Meet. We are the 3 team members now. This is the problem statement. As we know, this is a very global pandemic is going on, and work from home, also the study from home has become a very important thing. So we were actually thinking, as we are also in third year, we also faced many issues while doing the online classes. So we wanted to something improve on Google Meet that they couldn't offer. So we would like to add these features. Now, as there are many issues, we have seen education is very important, and this is the growth of online education that we can see. And many educational tools are also coming up. So, but I haven't seen any of the software, Zoom, Google Meet, which have tried to
bring on these features that we are facing. Some of the main issues that we are actually the inability to focus on screens. As we know, we have to sit now almost 6 hours in front of the screen for the classes only, and sometimes there are network connectivity issues. Then teachers actually provide the recordings, then they say okay, record and watch again. So again, that's a very problem issue. Technological issues, then that's another problem, because now we have seen we are getting again and again disconnected in different parts of the, in Kerala itself. I have seen many of the students, my friends, they are not able to connect throughout a meet. Other things are isolation, yes, and teacher training, that also. So this is actually our main thing, that we want, what we want is like, instead of recording, we have to provide, we are planning to provide is like a recording of text. So actually the teacher, whenever something important comes, or even if the student feels something important come, he can start this recording text. So this, what we'll do, will convert the voice of the teacher into text. We also wanted to implement some machine learning algorithms so that we could only extract the important context. Other things that we, so this would be given as a notes to the students. So later on, instead of watching the entire recording, the notes can be kept for students. Other things that we wanted as was something like a poll, because I have seen in classes it's just going like a one-way interaction. Teachers are keep on speaking and we are just simply doing nothing. Also other things like interactive board is also a good thing that we have planned, but actually we have not implemented the board one, but we want. So these are the what I just told about. And now just a demo video I would like to show. So like here they have actually, we have 2 people. We tried actually 2 to 5 people right now we can implement. Now this is the main part actually are doing. Any important topic comes, we can start the recording and the notes can come right here itself. So just I would, so this is for example here I can show you, this is this is the site. Hello, this is Bevan V. Thomas. Okay, so so this is all presentation.
Okay. So I think the recording feature is the only one that is added to probably a standard off-the-shelf tool like Zoom or kind of like video conferencing tools.
Yeah.
I think there are specific tools for education platform which does almost all activities like whiteboarding and notes as well. What do you think your product is kind of like? What is the innovation here? I just want
So
to.
I am saying actually there is not a single site actually I have seen which is bringing all these things, and even colleges right now nobody is using those software. I don't know why. Maybe because they are like a software, I don't know. But in our college also, in my friends colleges, all schools, they are not, everybody is using Google Meet only. So actually that interface is what I think everybody likes. So that's why I want to keep like this. And the main problem is this recording, that simple recording of the video of the full class is not helping. And also I believe it can also help teachers also. Actually from the, I have seen some IBM Watson Studio, from these notes only they can actually make a quiz there itself only. These are the different things that we want to actually do.
But there is a lot of, so what is your business model? Why do you, by doing such a product, how do you think you can market such a product if you are thinking of that?
Yeah, okay. So, sir, actually, this just like Google Me, they are right now they have only 100 participation limit. That's like only that. In that way, only we could also provide some like some features can be provided for free. Like just the basic recording and textual features can be given as a free offer. But then for teachers, they can actually these text can be from important parts can be taken and made a quiz, a polling feature, etc. That can be given as a paid feature. That is what I was thinking. Not a
Okay.
complete.
I'm done here. I think over to Heidi.
Okay. So, you mentioned that one of your strong fortes is recording, and you want to really customize this for education institutions. Let's say you're launching this product. What is your plan for the next 4 years? Or let's say you've been in business for the next 3 years. So what are you going to do after on the third year? Where do you plan to go out with?
Okay, there's like now I said first. Right now, this product is only recording and giving like a notes that can be provided to student. So next thing that I'm thinking is actually some of the mentors only suggested me this thing that if you can use the Watson Studio, they have some pre-implemented machine learning software that can extract the important text and something like that, and make a quiz there itself only. So that it can also be helpful for the teacher's side. They can also immediately do something from their side, so that the class can be more interactive.
Okay. So one very quick comment on that. So I really like how you're trying to customize it for education. So apart from the recording thing and apart from the Watson thing, what are the other features that you think I mean, I've gone through your session and I've gone through the features that you've shared in your slides. What else do you think that you can implement for customizing it through for an educational curriculum?
Yeah. So as I told now, I've told about the Blackboard, actually interactive board. I want actually that is the next thing. So that actually right now the teachers are showing a PPT and they are just telling what to do, even math subject like that.
Yeah.
So without doing, it's not going to happen. So actually, I want an interactive board where live interaction of teacher student can be done on the board itself only. That is another
Okay.
feature.
So just to summarize, the board is one of the things that you're trying to suggest, right?
Yeah.
Got it. Thanks.
So may I add few features to it? Like I wanted to say something. Yeah. So I actually the script also included a whiteboard and barring of the cuss words, all that is machine learning implemented, and also it is also trigger word implemented Python script. Like we use a like instead of pressing a button, the teacher says important. The script is on itself. Like important is a trigger word while it is already running in background the script. So it starts recording, taking the note itself. There is another trigger word to stop the recording, and the notes is directly sent to their email, which we can use again. It's a machine learning implementation. So we all had that planned out, but we couldn't implement it this 48 hours hackathon time.
All good. No questions from my side. Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you.
Alexei, you can start with the presentation.
Okay. Is my screen visible?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, all. We are Team Rockcode, and we are here with our product QNet, connecting society. Sharing a smartphone for long is hard. Of course, it is really hard. That is, if we want to check which is our class going on, we use our WhatsApp. So, lots of time we are spending with our WhatsApp in this online education system. The next problem is spending extra on something. That is also very hard. We use extra fees, extra service charge when we pay our fees. So another problem is switching between platforms. There is no fee payment portal in our colleges. Students cannot know their attendance unless provided by the faculty. No proper timing of classes. So, a solution for all these problems is QNet. It is an Android application that fulfills 70 to 80% of our campus needs. It saves time, it saves money, and it is an all-in-one built-in Android application. So let's see what are the key features we included in our application. We integrated UPI payment system. That is for our fees. In order we want to pay our fees, we use our old procedure. There we need to spend our extra money for service taxes only. With this UPI integration, that extra service taxes is cut out, and also there is an automatic submission generated when we pay our fees, and it will be sent to our campus. The next feature we included is a class scheduling facility for our faculty. That is, now the teachers send a WhatsApp message to say that there will be class right now, or they will reschedule and send it that the class will be happening at this time. So the problem is we want to check whether there is class right now by checking our WhatsApp, or we want to know when there is class today, or for a particular subject, if there is class today, we will be checking our WhatsApp groups only. That problem we cleared with a facility like with class scheduling feature. And we can see our timeline. If the class is rescheduled, it will be changed and it will be shown. Another important feature we implemented with this is we will be getting a notification if there is a class at this name just before 1 hour and just before 10 minutes. And if it is rescheduled also, we will be getting a notification. The another feature, we implemented bot in our application. We made this bot with the IBM WhatsApp. With all the features in our app is available in our bot. That is, if you want to know our academic status, just use our bot. Or if we want to know when is our next timetable of a particular subject also, we can use our bot, and it will be either voice or typing. So other important features we included in our app is a online library system, which includes our previous year question, all the reference textbooks, and the subject by subject reference textbook for each and every branch. Then the notification which I said earlier, that is, we will be getting a notification according to the classes are scheduled. Then the another feature we added academic status, where the problem, one of the greatest problem in the online class is about the attendance. We can't know whether we are getting attendance in attending our online class unless the faculty says so. So this academic status gives the attendance, low attendance alert also, and it will also show our academic performance. The technology stack we use for building our app is we code our app in the Java, and we use Android Studio. It is the official IDE of Google. Then we use Firebase for the cloud storage, Figma and framework. It is the UI UX designer tool. Figma is a web-based and we doesn't need a high system for making a good prototype or UI with this Figma. And framework also is a UI prototyping tool. Then we use IBM Watson for our bot integration. So this is our team. We all together made possible this app, and we made this app because we are facing 2-3 problems, and we think of overcoming it, and we made this application for rectifying this problem or somewhat getting some benefit from the problem. So thank you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. I think it has been good with respect to the CUSAT level channel application. So, how do you think that you can customize it to be used for other universities? So,
Hello sir. There is one demo also. Can we present it the demo video for
No,
application?
no, it was earlier it was earlier informed to you that the demo video and the presentation should be within 6 minutes, and I think your 6 minutes are up. Otherwise, if the judges feel otherwise, I guess we can proceed with the demo. But then I'd like Harishankar, Dhanaj, and Srikumar.
yeah, I may not require a demo, but I think Hari can explain more.
I also don't need the demo.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, it's a simple Android application, so I don't think there is a question there. But so how do you think you can customize it to other universities? So because I mean it's just an application which you have developed for CUSAT. So most of the facilities that you are providing can be used for other universities, other educational institutions as well. So how can we not develop it as a platform rather than specifying it for a CUSAT application?
Hello.
Yes, sir. Definitely, we can use it for other universities as well. But currently, actually, our stack of the problem which we tried was particularly only for CUSAT because we were facing those issues. During these past 4 months when the online class started, we were having these issues and we were trying to solve that issues in such a way. But definitely, I think there is a good scope of implementing it in other universities as well.
Will you need to change it to a next level? Probably a business model where you can earn revenue from that. Just a rough estimate.
Since it's an Android application, definitely we can inject some based of banner ads or other kind of
No, I'm talking
based
about
new models can be
universities. I'm not talking about ads. I understand. Yeah, we understand that. So basically, I'm talking about customization to other universities. So CUSAT probably, I don't know. There can be an application which requires this, but I'm talking maybe other university like probably NIT or probably IIT requires a similar application. How fast you can think you can do that?
The more we train our bot, we can fastly implement the model, and we can implement it to other colleges also by training more models.
Are we using any AI models here? I don't think so.
Yeah. We are using a bot.
Bot. Okay, bot. Okay. Got it. Yeah. I'm done here. Yeah.
I have a very quick question. So it's pretty clear that I really like how you've sort of identified, solved the problems that you already know about. So that good work there. My question is, what is the USP of your application? Or if you have to pick one thing that is very unique about your application, what would be it? I'll explain why I asked the question. So if you look at the market, there's a lot of applications like this, which are sort of like what Srikumar sir said, which could be like a platform. So if you were to launch this, what is the one feature that would really stand out, or that would make your product the winner in the market? That's my question.
That is our bot. That bot are almost all functions in the app. Like the student can see, a student can just ask what's my attendance, when is my next classes, and when I have any late fee, like that. A student can ask about. That's my
We
one
can
of
do
my
anything. Yeah, I can do anything. Any features in the app we can integrate into the bot, and we can use that bot to solve that problems.
Hari sir, I like to add something more on that. That is actually right now we are having an online sessions. Like nobody is there from the side of university to help us regarding this kind of thing. So I think the bot will be really helpful as a guide, sitting at our home itself to help regarding all the features which we have enabled. As you can see, we had many features, but using the single bot itself, the bot can guide us through all the features. Uh, Almost 70 to 80% features within the university itself. So I think our bot is the MVP or that USP which you have asked. I think that is satisfying one.
Great. Right. So one more
Sir,
question from my
sir,
yeah, go on, please.
Sir, I would like to add one thing. Because nowadays, when we want to know about our classes, we just simply log into our Google Classroom and check our schedule. But instead, through this bot, we can just switch on the mic and ask when is my next class, or just what is my attendance percentage in quick time. So it will also save a student's life much more.
One very last follow-up question from my end, and then I'll pass on to Tanaj. So what all have you implemented so far in the hackathon, and what all needs to be done?
Hello. I can understand the question.
My
Hello?
question is, what all are the features that you've shipped so far in your demo? I mean, we haven't seen the demo, but I just want to like just quickly share what all have you built.
We integrate. Yeah, we integrate the bot, and also payment integration is fully completed, and status almost 60% is completed, and all UA and all pages are created. Just writing some backend, and Firebase backend also connected.
Okay, good. Thank you. That's all for me.
Just a follow-up question of that. What do you think the future of this app is, and how do you guys intend to make money out of it? Like, do you intend to kind of consider it as a business, and how do you think you can make money out of it?
Right now,
Sir,
okay, Philona, continue.
Sir, what we look as a revenue is that we will include the banner ads in our app, and also we are looking forward to implement this in other universities so that we can make revenue from it. So that are our main objectives for the revenue.
You'll be charging the institutions, or you'll be charging the users? As if I install your app, you'll be charging me, or will you be charging the institution? Who will be your customer?
I think if the product is being used by other universities as well, the universities will be charged. According to us, ad-based revenues in such a platform is in the better option. Since we have integrated both the faculties and student aspects as well, it is considered as an academic platform itself. So adding ads within that platform might be a little awkward. So since if we are using this platform by the other universities, we can charge the universities for the revenue.
Okay, cool. All good from my side. Joseph, I guess we can call the next team.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, guys. That was the end of the presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for the opportunity.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
ഇവൻ അഞ്ചര കുഷാറ്റ് ലെവലില്
Are you visible me?
Yeah, we can see you.
Yeah.
Hi there, we are Janik. My name is Sagil, and our team members are Joel Sunny Varghese and Roshni P. Now we are introducing you e-health platform, which name is Medi. Our problem statement is existing system do not have an online appointment booking for the offline consultation and disease prediction with machine learning. And our solution is providing online booking for all consultation and predict diseases that the user have may in the future based on their previous medical histories and lifestyle, etc. Now let us talk about our features. First of all, I have to say this is an already implemented technologies, that is the Practo and MedLife, but they are not giving us many features. And so we are like to provide some extra features that is given that is not given by the Medic or MedLife or Practo or M5, etc. So our first feature is offline appointment booking. You can book your appointment or offline appointment through online, and so you can interact with the doctor without going to the consultation or anything. And the second, keeping our medical record online. And the third feature is disease prediction using previous medical history and lifestyle, which is the machine learning part. And so it predicts the future diseases or hereditary disease or genetic disorder, etc. Next feature is list out hospital nearby. By using our location, we can list out the nearby hospital, and it will help you in many emergency situations. And the other feature is linking family members or connecting your family members, which will share the family members' medical reports for each other. One of the important issues we are facing is data privacy. And so we are using the most recent technology, blockchain, for ensure the data privacy for our patients or users. Next one is medical related news and tips. So we are providing medical tips and news for patients or everyone. Another one is medical reminder. It is automatically generated medical reminders. And other feature is doctors can post vlogs on medical news or anything. And next feature is online lab testing booking. You can also book your lab or clinic booking using online platform. And the main objective of our project, which is disease prediction with medical history and lifestyle. We are predicting the disease or hereditary disease or future disease by machine learning model, by taking your previous medical histories and lifestyle from the user. And now we are also suggesting testing method. So we are also providing a suggested lab test for your future disease by machine learning. And this is also one of the main important features, which is family authentication. That is connecting family members. That is, you can share your medical records and consultation history and reports, everything with your family members by a single platform. Now, let us talk about our business model. And before that, I need to talk about our USP. I need to talk about our USP. The first, our the main thing is, first one is disease prediction. Disease prediction using machine learning, and the second one is offline appointment booking, and third one is the family members linking. This is our USP. Okay. The final thing is our business model. Here comes our revenue. First one is the yearly subscription for consultation. Second one is promoting healthcare products and sell this product through Medic. Third one is to the consultation and lab tests made in Jenny. We can charge a small percentage of commissions also. The another one and main revenue is to promotes healthcare arts. The arts is the main revenue of the huge companies. So we are also focusing on art for our main revenues. Now let's talk about our technology use. First one is Flutter. Flutter is the most recent technology for developing mobile apps. So we are moving with the recent technologies. Node.js and Flask is the server side. Machine learning comes in the prediction side, and React is the front end. Agora is about the visual part. So before find them, I invite our Jolson Varghese for sending so show a small presentation about our mobile application. Are you our mobile application?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can see that, but the 6 minutes is up.
I am sharing my screen, so Joel can present his screen.
Hello, can you see me?
Yeah, we can see you. But Joel, the 6 minutes are up, so I suggest that you wind the demo up quickly.
Okay. First, we are moving to our main USP, that is lifestyle disease prediction with the previous history and lifestyle. By asking to you, ഞാൻ മലയാളത്തിൽ പറയട്ടെ.
Okay, proceed.
Okay. ഇപ്പൊ നമ്മള് ലൈഫ് സ്റ്റൈലും പ്രീവിയസ് മെഡിക്കേഷൻ ഹിസ്റ്ററിയും ഒരു ഫോം അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു യൂസറിന് ഗ്യാദർ ചെയ്തെടുക്കുക. ഇപ്പൊ സ്മോക്കർ ആണോ ആൽക്കഹോൾ ആണോ എന്ന് ചോദിക്കും. ഇപ്പൊ സ്മോക്കർ ആണെങ്കിൽ നമ്മൾ അത് സെലക്ട് ചെയ്യുകയാണെങ്കിൽ അതിന്റെ ഡ്യൂറേഷനും അതിന് എന്തെങ്കിലും മെഡിസിൻ കഴിക്കുന്നുണ്ടോ എന്ന് ചോദിക്കും. അതിൽ നിന്ന് നമുക്ക് കുറെ ഡീറ്റെയിൽസ് കിട്ടും. അങ്ങനെ നമ്മുടെ ഒക്യുപ്പേഷന്റെ ഡീറ്റെയിൽസ്, ഡ്യൂറേഷൻ ഓഫ് സ്ലീപ്പ്, റിലേഷൻഷിപ്പ് സ്റ്റാറ്റസ്, അങ്ങനെ കുറെ കാര്യങ്ങൾ നമ്മൾ യൂസറിൽ നിന്ന് വാങ്ങിച്ചിട്ട് അത് ഉപയോഗിച്ചായിരിക്കും നമ്മൾ ഫ്യൂച്ചറായിട്ടുള്ള ഡിസീസ് പ്രൊഡിക്ട് ചെയ്യുക. അതിനുശേഷം നമ്മുടെ ഫിറ്റ്നസിലോട്ട് പോകുകയാണെങ്കിൽ നമുക്ക് അവിടെ കാണാൻ പറ്റും നമ്മുടെ ഫ്യൂച്ചർ കാർഡിയക് ഡിസീസിനുള്ള ചാൻസ് ഉണ്ട്. ഇപ്പൊ സിഗരറ്റ് സ്മോക്കർ ആയതുകൊണ്ട് ഒരു കാർഡിയാക് ഡിസീസിനുള്ള ചാൻസ് ഉണ്ട്. അതിന് നമുക്ക് ഒരു ഡോക്ടറെ ഡോക്ടറെ കൺസൾട്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് ഒരു ഓപ്ഷൻ ഒരു സജസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. ഇപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ വർക്കിംഗ് ആക്കിയിട്ടില്ല, അത് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. പിന്നെ നമ്മുടെ ഈ ഗൂഗിൾ ഫിറ്റ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ആപ്പിൾ ഫിറ്റ് എന്നുള്ള ആക്ടിവിറ്റി റെക്കോർഡ്സ് നമ്മൾ എടുത്തായിട്ട് ഓരോ ഗോൾ സെറ്റ് ചെയ്യും. ഇപ്പോൾ ഒരു ദിവസം ഇത്ര കലോറി ബേൺ ചെയ്യണം, ഇത്ര നേരം സ്ലീപ്പ് ചെയ്യണം, അങ്ങനത്തെ കുറേ ഡീറ്റെയിൽസ് നമ്മൾ ഓട്ടോ ജനറേറ്റ് ചെയ്യും. പിന്നെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ നമുക്ക് മെഡിസിൻ റിമൈൻഡേഴ്സ് ഉണ്ടാവും. ഇപ്പോൾ ഇന്ന മെഡിസിൻ കഴിക്കാം, പിന്നെ വർക്കൗട്ട്, അങ്ങനത്തെ കുറേ കാര്യങ്ങൾ നമ്മൾ ഓട്ടോ ജനറേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുകയാണ് ഈ പ്രഡിക്ഷൻസിന്റെ ബേസിസിൽ. നമുക്ക് കസ്റ്റമായിട്ട് റിമൈൻഡർ ക്രിയേറ്റ് ചെയ്യാം. ഇതെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഓട്ടോബോട്ട എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ ഈ ഓട്ടോബോട്ടിന് നമ്മുടെ ഇപ്പോൾ എന്തെങ്കിലും പെട്ടെന്നുള്ള കുറച്ച് സിംറ്റംസ് ഉണ്ട്, ഇപ്പം പനി, അങ്ങനത്തെ പെയിൻ കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെ ഉള്ളത് നമുക്ക് ഓട്ടോബോട്ടുമായിട്ട് ഇന്ററാക്ട് ചെയ്യാം. നെറ്റ്വർക്ക് പ്രോബ്ലം ഐ തിങ്ക്
we are good with the demo. നമുക്ക് questions എടുക്കാം.
നെറ്റ്വർക്ക് പ്രോബ്ലം. ഓക്കെ, ഇപ്പം നമുക്ക് ഒരു ഡോക്ടറെ കണ്ടുപിടിക്കണം. അന്നേരം നമ്മളോട് കുറച്ച് സിംറ്റംസ് എനിക്ക് ബാക്ക് പെയിൻ ഉണ്ട്.
Joel, that's fine. I think we can move on to the question and answer sessions.
Right. So there are two things here. One is that you have implemented blockchain. Have you really implemented blockchain security here, or you are just saying that it can be implemented?
ബ്ലോക്ക് ചെയിൻ നമ്മൾ ഇപ്പൊ ഇംപ്ലിമെന്റ് ചെയ്തിട്ടില്ല, അത് ഇംപ്ലിമെന്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടിട്ടായിരുന്നു.
We are planning to implement it in the future. So within 2 days, it is difficult to implement such a big
Okay, so that was the that is one question. Second is regarding the predictive consultation, or probably the predictive medicine, whatever you suggested. So have you implemented that?
നമ്മൾ ചാറ്റ് ബോട്ടിന്റെ ഇംപ്ലിമെന്റ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ സിംറ്റംസ് വെച്ചിട്ട് ജസ്റ്റ് പ്രെഡിക്റ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. ചാറ്റ് ബോട്ടിന്റെ മാത്രം, അല്ലാതെ നമ്മുടെ പ്രീവിയസ് മിസ്റ്ററി വെച്ചിട്ടുള്ളത് അത് ഇംപ്ലിമെന്റ് ചെയ്തിട്ടില്ല. ജസ്റ്റ് ഒരു ഡെമോ പോലെ വർക്കിംഗ് ആകുന്നുണ്ട്.
Because we do not have such a
okay. Are you keeping any medical history of the okay, consultant history? Okay, so entire history will be kept in your mobile or the server? What is the plan?
Cloud server. പിന്നെ നമ്മുടെ ഒരു ഫാമിലി ഫീച്ചർ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. എന്നുവെച്ചാൽ നമ്മുടെ ഇപ്പം എന്റെ വീട്ടിൽ
how do you think you can earn revenue from this?
റവന്യൂ ജനറേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ നമുക്ക് ലോക്കലായിട്ടുള്ള ഹോസ്പിറ്റൽസ്, ലാബ്, ഈ ക്ലിനിക്കുകളുമായിട്ടൊക്കെ പാർട്ണർഷിപ്പ് ചെയ്ത്, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഫ്രാഞ്ചൈസി മോഡൽ വഴി അവരുമായിട്ട് പാർട്ണർഷിപ്പ് ചെയ്ത് യൂസേഴ്സിലേക്ക് എത്തിച്ച് അവർക്ക് കൂടുതൽ കൺസൾട്ടേഷനും ലാബിന്റെ ഒക്കെ കിട്ടുന്ന രീതിയിലോട്ട് മാറ്റാൻ പറ്റും. പിന്നെന്ന് വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഹെൽത്ത് റിലേറ്റഡ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള കുറെ ഹാർഡ്, ഇൻഷുറൻസ് ബേസ്ഡ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഇൻഷുറൻസ് കമ്പനിക്കാരുടെ അവരുടെയൊക്കെ ഹാർഡ് നമുക്ക് ഇതിനകത്തൂടെ ചെയ്യാം. പിന്നെന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ
and are you exporting health band related data to your application? So that is the fourth question that I have. So you have a plethora of health bands which can give you reliable data regarding the heartbeat or kind of things. So are you importing that data as well, or you have plans for that?
ഇമ്പോർട്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. ഇമെയിൽ ഐ ഡി വെച്ച് ആക്സസ് ചെയ്ത് നമ്മുടെ ഗൂഗിൾ ഇമ്പോർട്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്.
ഗൂഗിൾ ഫിറ്റ് ഇംപ്ലിമെന്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ടോ?
ഗൂഗിൾ ഫിറ്റ് API ഉപയോഗിച്ചിട്ട് ഇമ്പോർട്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ നമ്മുടെ സ്ലീപ്പ് ഡേറ്റയും ഇപ്പൊ കലോറി ബെയിനും സ്ലീപ്പ് ഡേറ്റയും മാത്രമേ ഇതിനകത്ത് ഡിസ്പ്ലേ ചെയ്യുന്നുള്ളതേ ഉള്ളൂ, ബാക്കിയെല്ലാം ഇമ്പോർട്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്.
Okay, got it. So yeah, I think I'm done.
Thank you, sir.
I think also Hari, I think
yeah, sure. So the app looks really good, by the way. I had just one very small question. It's about the business model. So you mentioned apps. You mentioned ads. So this is more of a general thing. What I've observed is that ad-based revenue doesn't really work for most businesses, especially like you spoke of showing insurance ads and things like that. It doesn't really have good conversions, and if you really need to make money, you need to present a lot of ads. You need to really scale. So this is my opinion. I don't think that's going to really work, but Apart from ads, what else? What other plans do you have of monetizing this app? Like, how do you plan to make money out of it? Because I think you have some really cool features, but apart from ads, let's leave ads aside for a moment. What else do you? What is? What are the ideas that you have of monetizing or making money?
Ad is only one of our revenue. It's not the complete revenue from ads. Ads only from it's a one. ആടെന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഒരു ഒറ്റ ഇത് മാത്രമല്ല, ഒരുപാട് വേറെ ഇതുണ്ട്. ഒന്നാമെന്ന് വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ നമ്മളാണെങ്കിൽ ഇപ്പം ലാബ്സ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇപ്പം ഒരു ഡോക്ടർ നമ്മളെ കൺസൾട്ട് ചെയ്യുമ്പം ആ ഡോക്ടറിന്റെ കയ്യിൽ നിന്ന് ഇത്ര ഒരു പെർസെന്റേജ് നമ്മുടെ ആപ്പ് വഴി കൺസൾട്ട് ചെയ്യുവാണെങ്കിൽ അതിൽ നിന്ന് ചെറിയൊരു റെഫറൽ പോലെ, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു വർഷത്തേക്കുള്ള ഒരു കൺസൾട്ടേഷൻ പോലെ നമുക്ക് സബ്സ്ക്രിപ്ഷൻ എടുക്കാം. ഇപ്പൊ ഒരു ഡോക്ടറിനാണെങ്കിൽ കൺസൾട്ട് ചെയ്യണമെങ്കിൽ ഒരു വർഷം സബ്സ്ക്രിപ്ഷൻ, ലാബിന് അതുപോലെ.
നമ്മളിപ്പോ മറ്റുള്ള പ്രാക്ടോ ഒക്കെ ചെയ്യുന്ന പോലെ തന്നെ ഓൺലൈൻ കൺസൾട്ടേഷൻ ഇതിനകത്ത് ഇൻക്ലൂഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. അന്നേരം അതിൽ നിന്ന് നമുക്ക് ഒരു പ്രോഫിറ്റ് കിട്ടും. പിന്നെ നമുക്ക് സബ്സ്ക്രിപ്ഷൻ ബേസ് എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്ത ആളുകൾക്ക് കുറച്ച് കൊടുക്കാം. അന്നേരം കൂടുതൽ യൂസേഴ്സ് നമുക്ക് കിട്ടും. പിന്നെ മെഡിസിൻ നമ്മൾ ഇതിനകത്തൂടെ സെല് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. എന്നുവെച്ചാൽ പ്രിസ്ക്രിപ്ഷൻ ഇപ്പം ഡിജിറ്റലായിട്ട് കിട്ടുന്നതായാലും സ്കാൻ ചെയ്ത് അയക്കുന്നതായാലും പ്രിസ്ക്രിപ്ഷൻ ലെറ്റർ വെച്ചിട്ട് മെഡിസിൻ നമുക്ക് ഷിപ്പ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും ഓൺലൈനിൽ കൂടെ, ഓൺലൈൻ വഴി.
So I just said one question, but I just thought of one more thing. But this is my final thing, and I'll move on to. The other question that I have is, so you spoke of one of the features that you showed in your presentation was like somebody enters a symptom, right? A group of symptoms, and then you get some health data and things like that, and then you provide AI-based suggestions. So as I told to another team earlier, practically that doesn't really work. It's not very different from Googling for symptoms and then Google showing up results. It may actually misdiagnose things. So I know this for a fact because I've seen this happen. My question is, how do you intend to fix that? I mean, I know that you're going to say the AI model is going to train and you're probably going to, but in reality, that may not really work. That might actually result in problematic situations because like the AI model doesn't like it. You need to sort of. I mean, what I'm trying to say is AI is not really advanced to that level to sort of give custom solutions. So my question is, how do you plan to address that? Like how, like I'll try to break it down once again. So let's say I enter a symptom, right? AI says something. Your app tells me something. Okay, you do this as to fix your problem. I do this. It ends up giving me a major health issue. So how do you sort of plan to address things like that?
നമ്മളിപ്പോ ഇത് പ്രഡിക്റ്റ് ചെയ്യുമ്പം ഇപ്പൊ എനിക്ക് കാർഡിയാക്ക് അറ്റാക്ക് വരാൻ ചാൻസ് ഉണ്ടെന്ന് കൺഫേം ചെയ്യല്ല, ചാൻസ് എന്നേ പറയുന്നുള്ളൂ. എന്നിട്ട് നമ്മൾ കൺസൾട്ട് ചെയ്യാനുള്ള ഡോക്ടേഴ്സിന്റെ ലിങ്ക് ലൊക്കേഷൻ ബേസിലാണ് നമ്മളിപ്പോ ചെയ്ത് വെച്ചിരിക്കുന്നത്. എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ അടുത്തുള്ള ഡോക്ടേഴ്സ് ഇപ്പൊ കാർഡിയാക്ക്
വളരെ ബേസിക് ആയിട്ടൊരു റെക്കമെൻഡേഷൻ മാത്രമേ ഇപ്പൊ കൊടുക്കുന്നുള്ളൂ. പക്ഷേ പിന്നെ കൂടാതെ മറ്റു ആൾക്കാരുമായിട്ട് കണക്ട് ഡോക്ടേഴ്സുമായിട്ട്, അതായത് അഡ്വാൻസ്ഡ് ഡോക്ടേഴ്സുമായിട്ട് കണക്ട് ചെയ്യാണ് നിങ്ങൾ ചെയ്യുന്നത് അല്ലേ?
അതെ.
ഓക്കെ, മനസ്സിലായി. താങ്ക് യു.
പിന്നെ പ്രീവിയസ് ഹെൽത്ത് ഹിസ്റ്ററിയൊക്കെ ഗ്യാദർ ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടേ ഇരിക്കുക. അന്നേരം ആ ഡേറ്റ എല്ലാം കിട്ടിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നതനുസരിച്ച് ഡേറ്റ അനുസരിച്ച് നമ്മുടെ ആക്യുറസി കൂടുകയും ചെയ്യും.
എനിക്കൊരു സജഷൻ പറയാനുള്ളത്, you should really work on your security. Like if you launch this, security should be the first thing. Data security, data privacy, anonymizing things, that should be really your priority because health is sensitive things, and especially when the world is moving towards GDPR and CCP and those things like that, privacy is extremely important. So if you plan to launch it, that is something that you need to work. So that's all from my end.
നമ്മൾ മെഡിക്കൽ റെക്കോർഡ്സ് എല്ലാം ബ്ലോക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്ന വെച്ചാൽ യൂസേഴ്സിന് മാത്രം ആക്സസ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുന്ന രീതിയിലാണ് മെഡിക്കൽ റെക്കോർഡ്സ് എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ നമ്മൾ അപ്ലോഡ് ചെയ്ത് കൊടുക്കുന്ന പ്രിസ്ക്രിപ്ഷൻ ലെറ്റേഴ്സ്. പിന്നെ നമ്മുടെ യൂസറിനെ ഡയറക്റ്റ് അല്ലാതെ പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് അല്ലാതെ പോയി വാങ്ങിക്കുന്ന ലൈഫ് സ്റ്റൈൽ, അവരുടെ ലൈഫ് സ്റ്റൈലാണ്, അവർക്ക് നേരത്തെ അസുഖം വന്നിട്ടുണ്ടോ, അവർ ഏതൊക്കെ മെഡിസിൻസ് യൂസ് ചെയ്യും, അവരോട് തന്നെ ചോദിച്ചറിയാം നമ്മൾ. അവിടെ ഒരു ഇല്ലെന്നാണ് എന്റെ വിശ്വാസം.
അല്ല, എന്നാലും ഡേറ്റ നിങ്ങൾ സ്റ്റോർ ചെയ്യുവാണല്ലോ, അത് ഡേറ്റ നിങ്ങൾ സ്റ്റോർ ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ അതിന് പ്രൈവസി ഇംപ്ലിക്കേഷൻ ഞാനൊരു സജഷൻ ആയിട്ട് പറഞ്ഞു. സജസ്റ്റിംഗ്
വേണമെങ്കിൽ യു നീഡ് ടു ഹാവ് such things implemented like blockchain or problem. I totally agree with Harry.
Blockchain already നമ്മൾ implement ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ടെന്ന് പറയുന്നു.
Dhanaj, I think you.
I mean, there is nothing more from my side. One suggestion could be you should work on the data analytics part also. Like it's not just എടുക്കുന്ന data മാത്രമല്ല, അത് again ad is not a good revenue source. You should also think of how to monetize the data you probably have with you. Our perspective on marriage. Okay. Sure. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, is the screen visible?
Yeah, we can see that.
So this is from Red Team, and I'm starting. Discrimination is a bigger obstacle to overcome than any disability. Blind people cannot access app services like we do, but we can make this possible with the help of the Red server. How? Through voice integration with the help of AI. And where? Find It. Find It is a platform where you can ask questions anonymously and get the answers from anywhere around the globe. You can also answer someone's question through voice, which is possible even for the blind. And this is the working of Find It. Like those who don't know about Find It explains itself. And this is a demo video. Is the audio, like, can you hear the audio?
We are hearing you. I think.
Like, can you hear the audio from the video?
No, we are not able to. I am not able to hear. I don't know. Harishankar, are you able to hear that?
No.
No, I think you have to redirect. It is a little bit difficult on this platform, I believe. Because since you are already consuming that current audio to your mic, it will be difficult for rerouting the audio. There is an option inside Google Meet somewhere.
I'll try muting.
No, Amrita, I think you can, instead of sharing the whole window, I think this will work if you share just that Chrome tab, just the Chrome tab in which the audio is. If you share it that way, you can hear the audio too.
While you share, I think you will have an option
Try
to
unmute.
reroute the audio.
Presentation unmute ചെയ്തിട്ടേക്കുമല്ലോ.
No. Actually, you have to unshare, then share, and while sharing, you will get an option.
Where am I? Where am I?
Hey there, I am Alan. I see this is the first time you are using the
Okay,
Find
we
It
can
app.
hear you now.
Let me give you a quick guide on working and functionality of the app. Find It. There is a saying that, he that seeketh findeth. This is an app where you can ask questions anonymously, ask doubts, learn with friends, fellow Findian, and much more.
Not only that, you can also ask a question to Find It, and Find It is going to tell you the answer.
What's the answer of artificial intelligence impact in software development?
Tony Stark has wonderfully answered the asked question before. The answer said by the author is, AI algorithms and advanced analytics allow software development teams to make instant decisions using real-time data at scale.
You can also ask Find It for interesting questions based on your searches. Let's see how. This is the demo video.
Some of the questions.
Okay, let me find the most interesting questions asked recently. I have found an interesting answer to a question written by Nandinuni. Do you want me to read the question and answer for you or open the article on new window?
Please read the answer.
Okay, so the question asked was, what is Find It? The author Nandinuni answered as following. Find It is a platform developed by a 5-member team in 2020 where you can anonymously ask questions and anonymously answer questions.
And that's not all. You can also upvote a given answer by just telling it. Let's see.
Official. How was the answer written by Joe Doe?
Yes, good answer.
I think you loved the answer. Appreciate the author by giving an upvote to the answer. Would you like to give an upvote?
Yes.
Upvoting the answer to the question, what are some great resources to learn front-end development? Written by Joe Doe. Upvoting status, success. Official. How was the answer written by Joe Doe?
And if you're not happy with an answer, you can express that you did not like the answer, and Find It is gonna devote it.
Yes, good answer.
I think you loved the answer. Appreciate the author by giving an upvote to the answer. Would you like to give an upvote?
Yes.
Upvoting the answer to the question, what are some great resources to learn front-end development? Written by Joe Doe. Upvoting status, success. The answer written, you are not satisfied with the answer provided. Would you like to downvote the answer written, or would you like to give the answer to this question? What is find if? Before answering, say answer to the question.
Answer to the question is a platform developed by a 5-member team in 2020 where you can anonymously ask questions and anonymously answer questions.
The answer you just said is applied to a 5-member team in 2020 where you can anonymously ask questions, anonymously answer questions. Do you want to post this answer, or if you want to discard the answer said, just say discard.
Post the answer.
Posting the answer. Success.
I hope now it is clear that you can post your own answers. So the next thing.
How was the answer?
Next thing is a unique selling point. Like we have no more typing required, like no more eye strains, and we can hear rather than see. So that is gonna help a large amount of people, like because there is no eye strain, and mostly blind people, mostly blind people finds it useful because the finder finds answers for them and tells them the answers, and they can also contribute to answers by telling find it or even asking questions through voice, and that is the main thing. Then the technology we have used, like should I continue? Hello.
Yeah, you can just wind up right now. Wind up quickly.
Okay. So the technology we have used is React.js is front end, and for voice integration we have used Align AI SDK and Git and GitHub for collaboration. And the target audience is blind people, especially blind people, and this can also be used for students because now we are having online classes and there is a chance of getting eye strains because we are looking at the screen for so many hours. Telling us like, there is no point of eye strain. It can be used for students and especially to blind people. And that's it. Thank you.
Uh, from my side, yeah, I think this is kind of like innovative, very good application. Congrats for that. But definitely, one question from my side is like, what is your proportion? Do you think you can make revenue on?
So we can.
Yeah, we are planning for a premium users so that users with premium accounts can use special features like unanswered questions. We can get AI based answers for the unanswered questions for premium users.
So when you say AI, I think there is no limit in asking about a particular subject, right? So how do you think you can implement such a complex model on the AI? Because actually I can ask a question. I mean, I think there is no subjective differences on the question. As per your presentation, I think I got it right.
If a question is asked to AI, if someone have already answered the question, the AI replies the answer in an audio. But
okay. So you will search for the pattern of the same type of question and then try to get the same answer. I mean, similar answer.
Yeah, with AI, we'll try the best to give the correct answer, almost the correct answer with the existing questions, from the existing questions.
So are you using AI to optimize the answer? So say suppose I am giving a wrong answer deliberately. So will you be able to detect that?
No, the users can control the invalid questions and answers. So if a user finds an answer wrong or invalid, they can downvote it, either by using the download icon or using the voice assistant. They can download the question, and if the difference between the upvote and downvote is greater than 10, the question will automatically get deleted.
So you mean to say you have already implemented all this on this, or
no,
you have the idea of that?
No, For example, if a answer have 40 downvotes and 30 upvotes, the
I
question,
understood. I understood the implementation part. So my question is whether you have done that all this within this 48 hours, or do you have
no,
plans?
we have just done the front end and integrated the voice, and we haven't completed with the backend.
Okay. Okay, I think I'm done. Yeah.
I was just wondering how this is different from, you said it's for premium customers, right? So how is it different if I have a Siri or a Google Assistant or say an Alexa? So how is that different from all those things?
For premium users, the answer will be AI based. But for other users, the answers will be given from the answers with the most upvotes. So the answers will answer already answered questions. The answers will be almost correct because the answers are given by the users.
So you are trying to say that the answer from a Google Assistant will be, I mean, your answer will be more accurate than an answer from a Google Assistant.
No, we have to like, you can ask like in Google still in our application.
Sorry, I guess your voice is breaking.
We can give up. Sorry.
Your voice is breaking.
Can you say what you said again, please? Didn't hear you.
Specific answer കൊടുക്കാൻ പറ്റുമായിരിക്കും. For example, ഇപ്പൊ C# ഒരു സെലക്റ്റീവ് ആയിട്ട് സ്പെസിഫിക് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ ചോദിച്ചാൽ ഒരു പക്ഷേ കുറച്ചുകൂടി ബെറ്റർ ആയിട്ട് പറ്റുന്നതാണ്.
So for non-premium users, if a question is unanswered, they won't get any answer. But if that is a premium answer, they at least get an AI-based answer from the which is made from the existing answers from similar questions.
Okay. So just to rephrase my question, the way I understand is your product is a combination of a Quora and a Google Assistant or a Siri kind of thing, right? A Quora I can ask the anonymous to anonymous can answer, and you have a readout option also on the top of it. So it's just a merging, a marrying of both this, I guess. Is that right?
With the extra feature of anonymous question.
Yeah, Quora also has an anonymous thing.
Like,
that's what.
Yeah.
If you ask Siri a question, it is technically anonymous, even though your IP details are stored by Siri and Amazon Alexa for that matter. So,
but it gives some web results, right?
Yeah, but that's what what they do. What these tools. So what Tharan is trying to say is so if you ask Siri a question, it could be a generic question. Siri actually looks at web results and gives you an intelligent answer. Same with Alexa. So your tool, what he's trying to say is yours is a Q&A platform. So there are questions and anybody can answer those questions. So that's what he's trying to say. Yeah. I just want to ask I just want to ask one question. I mean, this is not more of a question. This is more of a suggestion. First of all, I think you've done a great job by building such a tool in 2 days. That is no mean feat. Kudos to you for that. But I think I have a use case for this. So building a question answer thing from scratch is going to need a lot of work. You need to really scale this, and so one of the things that you need to do. So what you're trying to do is to take this to blind users. So the problem with blind users is that they would already be using a computer with voice activation, things like that, and they probably already know how to use it really well. I mean, I'm talking about blind people that use computers. So they use voice commands to access sites like Quora. I can actually suggest so this is more of a suggestion. This is not a question really. If you want to scale up, this is something you can do. You can maybe add this as an Alexa skill. You can maybe brand this as an Alexa skill. So your app lives in Alexa. So a blind person, they can just use their Alexa to ask questions, get answers, and things like that. So I think there is more value to that. That is one thing. Second is there are several question answer sites. You could probably sell your solution to them, right? So they have a repository of questions. You can integrate your solution with that, and I think that would be a better use of your solution rather than launching this independently. So this is more of a suggestion. But apart from that, I
Oh.
don't have anything else. That's all from
Thank you.
my end.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Sir, is that it?
Oh, yeah. Live. Yeah. Okay, so good evening all. So we are coming to the end of the 48 hours online QSAT hackathon, Make It 3.0. At the outset, let me thank all of you for your active participation, your patient listening. I know you're all tired. The team is also tired, but then I don't think energy levels have gone down. I mean, I was just amazed to see the kind of energy you displayed when you're making the presentation, as if just starting. So I should be thanking all the people who helped us for the process. I will not be taking much time. Let me start off with the judges. I haven't formally introduced the judges to the participants. We had 3 judges actually. I know you all have listened to them. We had Mr. Srikumar, General Manager, SFO Technologies of Nest Group, and who is also an expert member connected with startup selection and mentoring of KSUM and Maker Village. Then we had Mr. Hari Shankar. He's a familiar face to you. We already addressed you yesterday. And I mean, he was already introduced you, working with WordPress community, manager at Automatic. And third member was Mr. Thanaj. Thanaj is a manager with the Kerala Startup Mission and handling many of the Kerala Startup Mission education initiatives and plays a crucial role in enabling the startup ecosystem in the state. So on behalf of sitting and organizing committee, thank you for being with us today, spending half a day for listening to these young potential startups or innovators presenting, the ideas they nourished and developed across the last 2 days. Now I will request the judges, before they announce the prizes, I will request the judges to have a bit of feedback collectively on, something good they have observed, some areas of improvement to the budding youngsters. Now over to the judges now. Probably we'll start off with Mr. Srikumar.
Yeah, hello all. I think it has been an excellent session. I know that you enjoyed well these 48 hours. We also got that fruit for the past 2 hours. It was really excellent. We could get the feel of your effort that you have put on for these 48 hours. And most of the it has been really hard for us to select a winner here. Most of the teams really participated well. And I think it has been an excellent session. I think there has been a lot of innovative concepts coming up from your young brain. So it was really good. And one thing I felt in a native side is only that everybody focused on an educational platform or educational related services. But I think COVID has a lot of other opportunities as well. Even though it is a pandemic, we find a lot of opportunities, business opportunities accompanied with this pandemic. So I think most of the finalist members, I think, focus mostly on education, which is, I think it's not a negative comment, but still, when you say that there is something negative, that is the only thing that I can note. Other than that, it has been excellent. I thank you all, students and alumni who has participated in this, and also Sam sir and the judges panel who invited me to this event. Thank you very much.
Yeah, over to Mr. Thanaj.
Similar comments. It was good to listen to all the people. Energy was there. I mean, it's 48 hours. They built the product from the scratch. So it was amazing listening to them. Interesting perspectives. Again, something missing was again the revenue model. They were more focused on building the product than on how to having a business model around it. But it's fine. I mean, it's not about business from the very beginning, right? It's all about kind of the joy of building a product and trying to solve a problem. So you all try to kind of honestly try to solve a problem. Either you have felt or you realized the others are also experiencing. So all the best to all the guys. Kudos. Good show.
Thank you, Dhanaj. And over to Harisha.
It's been an amazing opportunity for me to be listening to so many awesome presentations. To be honest, I'm being very honest here. I was enthralled by some of the sessions. I would say all of the sessions, each and every presentation was amazing. And I was, some of those sessions even gave me goosebumps. I'm not bluffing here. I'm just saying things from out of my heart, because like some of the ideas were so innovative, and I felt like it basically took me 10 years back to my college days. I mean, I wished I could be a part of the hackathon, like to be on the other side, to be building products and things like that. So thank you for making me relive my college days. I think you all did a phenomenal job. I basically would like to echo the things Kumar sir and Thanaj basically said. Again, like if you participate in this, I please look at it as an opportunity of learning, because like you in 2 days you basically built a product. So that is this experience is going to help you as you go forward. Like I'm pretty sure most of you are going to be getting out in the real world building products. So take this as an experience from you all, and I look forward to seeing you all in more and more hackathons, and keep up the good work. That's all from me.
Okay, so now I guess it's the time we've all been waiting for, the announcement of the results. So for that, I'll just go over the prizes once more. We had the first and second prizes. Apart from that, we have 2 separate tracks. One was social innovation, which was the prize given to the most socially innovative project of all the hackathon. And then we had a specific track, especially for QSAT students, which is the best product that can be actually implemented in the QSAT for the betterment of the university and its students. So first, I'd like to call Mr. Dhanaj onto the stage to announce the winners of the social innovation track.
Yeah. So as Sriman sir was saying, all the teams were amazing, and all the teams were actually empathetic. I mean, you were trying to solve a genuine problem of someone else, and you were trying to make a difference to someone's life. So finding the best social impact was actually a difficult part. But anyway, it's a competition. There should be a winner, right? So Team Stranger, you are the winner for the social impact.
Okay, so next, moving on, I'd like to welcome Mr. Harishankar to announce the prize for the Hack for QSAT category.
Thank you, Sam. So again, as Thanaj said, it's been very difficult for us, because like all of you are competing with each other so much, but every competition needs to have a winner. And the winner is none other than Team Bro Code. Congrats, Bro Code team.
Okay, so moving on, I guess, yeah, we are finally coming on to the winners. So I request Mr. Srikumar to announce the results of the runner-up and the winning team.
Yeah, thank you, Jyotis. So yeah, I think as we explained earlier, it has been very hard to select one among you as the winner. And let me just brief, like we our mind when we selected our gave our marks. So basically, it was like idea, the complexity, the feasibility. So how you are going to market that product, and probably the scalability part, and also the sustainability and other factors which can make it a product. So these are all factors that we considered while selecting a winner. So basically, the other teams who are not winning the prize don't know that their product is bad or done something different. So it's just probably a winner. That's it. So run-up actually goes to Janet. So product with respect to the medical e-health, and it's kind of scalable, and we found that it's kind of like not implemented much of the technologies, like probably the blockchain, which is a kind of upcoming technology. So the runner-up goes to Janak. And the first prize actually goes to Crack Hack. So the product actually so basically we found that reading modeling platform is kind of innovative, really innovative, and the feats like adding a 3D model, which is it can be directly imported to this platform. Like, coming from Katia or SolidWorks can be imported, which is a really good feature. First team for the winner for this hackathon. Thank you very much.
Formally Winding up for the program, I invite Jyoti, the coordinator of the whole show, to formally thank all the people who are connected with us to make it a grand success. Over to you, Jyoti.
Okay, thank you, Sam. So I'd like to start off by thanking all of you judges who took the time out of your busy schedules to be with us for the best part of the day. Okay, first, Mr. Dhanaj KM, Manager Accelerators with Kerala Startup Mission. He's been handling many of Kerala Startup Mission's educational initiatives, and he has been with us throughout the day for judging and pitching and evaluating the teams. He has always been somebody, like whenever a team came onto the stage, he would always be providing a sort of motivational support or some sort of feedback that they can use to better their product. So thank you, sir. Moving on, I'd like to welcome Mr. Harishankar. He is the WordPress community manager at Automatic. He's a really familiar face to us here. He's been with us for quite a few events right now, and he has also been giving a speaker session. He was one of the speakers in the expert session we had yesterday, and it was the feedbacks alone were proof of how good a session that was. Thank you once again, sir. Okay. Moving on, I'd like to thank Mr. Srikumar VM, the General Manager SFO Technologies, which is of the NEST Group. And he's an expert member of the Selection and Mentoring Committee with Kerala Startup Mission and Maker Village. Thank you, sir. He has also been with us for the past editions of Makerton 2. Once again, thank you, sir. So next, I'd like to thank Dr. Sam Thomas. He's the director of Honorable Director of QSAT. He has been a support for us throughout the whole event, not just the 48 hours before with the planning and with all the permissions that we had to get. He was just a whole great support to the whole team. He never, whenever we wavered a bit with motivation, he would be there to be a constant guiding light and a support to us all. Thank you, sir. Okay, now I would like to take a moment once again to thank the other speakers who are there for the expert sessions we had in live. First would be Mr. Amrit Sanjeev, who is a staff developer advocate at Google. He's also an alumnus of QSAT, and he is another person who is really interested and really passionate about anything any events that we the student community comes up with. And he actually took up a lot of his time, and he prepared a really lengthy session about how to actually build a product during a hackathon and how to take it forward. And that was a really inspiring session. Thank you, Mr. Amrit. Next, I would like to thank Mr. Suman Devanath, who was also another speaker at one of our expert sessions. He is an AWS developer advocate, obviously working at Amazon Web Services. He, we were a bit late to call him, but even with the short notice call that we gave, he was more than ready to take his time and then interact with the students. He was there throughout the first day. He was answering all kind of questions that our participants had. And last but not least, I'd like to thank the whole organizing team. And then moving on to the participants. You were a great joy to work with. The whole 48 hours, it's not easy being part of a 48 hours. It's not easy being part of an online hackathon, especially a 48-hour one. You have to sit through the whole thing. And when you come to an offline hackathon, you're in it for the day. That's what you have to do. But when you're at home, especially during the lockdown condition, you have to take care of a lot of other things. You have your family issues, you have your other things that you have to take care of. And within all that, they found their time and they actually developed and went through with the whole product in 48 hours. Okay, so with that, I'd like to wind up with one huge thank you to all of those who made it possible, and congratulations to the winners. Thank you.
Thank you.